Hey, how's it going, y'all? We have another week of Blazing Ore discussions. I skipped last week's discussions because the cards weren't that exciting, but now looking at this week's reveals, it's all about the change. So let's check out what we have here. Our first reveal is an extra card. 2 cost Saiyan trait yellow with the effect active main. Choose up to one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards with a cost of 6 or more and KO it. And its second effect, activate battle. Choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards and it gets 25k power for the battle. Now, this card is pretty nice. 25k power. It's equivalent to the gigantic meteor, I believe it's called, in green. Can be used offensively, defensively. The downside is that it costs 2, but really, with the new yellow leader, Vegeta, we can use this card defensively. Switch up to 2 of your rest mode energy to active mode, so this card will be live on your enemy's turn. So you can use it defensively. Though you could also just use 2 death balls if you really wanted to. Go to 30k. But having 25k power for 2 isn't bad. And this card has added versatility with the ability to destroy a 6 cost or more card that's in rest mode. So you could use this to get rid of Brawly, get rid of Double Striker, Android Double Striker, get rid of the Gohan Double Striker. There's a lot of cards you can get rid of this. And the new Cell Boss Monster. Pretty solid effect. Though, I do like this card. I do like the versatility. I do want to see more extra cards in yellow. Mainly because of the new Vegeta leader. And this is a step in the right direction. Last week's red card that also cost 2, I thought was pretty nice, but because it cost 2, this wasn't as versatile. Not something I would want to use that often. As strong as it is, but this card definitely has more leeway to work, at least with the new Vegeta leader. With the other yellow leaders, you probably won't use this, but with Vegeta leader, you definitely could tech this card in. I don't see it being like a downside. I don't know how many you would run. We'll see how many more yellow cards we get. But yeah, pretty solid card. Maybe run 2 copies. Maybe even 3. I don't see you running 4 of this. I mean, maybe you could, but I'd run 4 copies of a card if it was like more offensive. But since this card is like more defensive than offensive, then I think 2 to 3 copies is fine. Maybe even 1. But it's a step in the right direction. On to the next card. We have Iberian. Sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. Iberian. Super combo. Made in Squadron Universe 2 Term of Power. There's not really much to say about this. It's a super combo, so just more flavor. You gotta have super combos each set. I understand people aren't excited about super combo reveals, but you know, we need super combos each set. It's good for the consumer that was unable to open, the booster packs, or they just want different super combos. There's nothing wrong with it. And with these added traits, it's possible that in the future we'll have some way to search this or even modify it in some way. Who knows? It says Maiden Squadron. Maybe you could use this and it could evolve into her transform state. That'd be pretty cool, pretty different. And Universe 2, Turn of Power, maybe they'll add a search card that lets you just add this to hand. That wouldn't be a bad. That'd be pretty solid. But on to the next one. We got Jocko. Alien Super Combo. Again, same thing as the last one. Is this a super combo with Alien in its trait? Maybe we'll get an Alien Searcher. I feel like that's less likely, but hey, at least we have it. Maybe there'll be a Super Galactic Patrolman archetype, and Jocko would be a key piece of it, but not much to say here. Old Kai. A super combo, Supreme Kai. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed with this one. I got hyped at first because I thought it would have Patara and its keywords and its trait, but it only has Supreme Kai, so you can't search this with the one drop Shin that can add a Patara to your hand. So that was a bit disappointing, to be honest. I mean, it's just a blue super combo. I think the other one is Yajirobe and Videl. So you have Earthling, and now Supreme Kai. Maybe I feel like Supreme Kai trait is solid. Probably we'll get a Supreme Kai searcher in the future. I'm sure all of them will get searchers, but this is definitely the least exciting of the super combo reveals. His face says it all. Alright, moving on. We got Android 16 super combo with Android in the trait. This one is actually something I like. This is the most exciting one for me, because for Android 17, you can use this with Dr. Dro's lab to ramp. So this is actually a solid super combo that actually benefits one of the current decks that we have. 4 more targets, or at least more leeway to have ramp for 17. That's solid. This is a good card. I like the art. It's not much else to say, but hey, at least this card has synergy with something we're already using. Not bad. Alright. So now we have a crazy card. Android 17. Android Universe 7. Tournament of Power. Your effect permanent. Your leader with Universe 7 and special trait gets 5k power. And permanent. If your leader is awakened, this card can't be KO'd by your opponent's battle cards. This card is strong. Oh yeah, and I have to go over the traits. Android Universe 7 and Tournament of Power. This card is mad good. Yeah, it has 0 combo. That's honestly a really big downside, but it definitely pays for itself. You just use this in most red decks. You could use it in every red deck if you really wanted to. And you just have everyone pretty much be brawly. Or few Zamus, like everyone's a 25k leader. But the crazy thing is, if you have multiple of this dude on the field, you could have like a 30k leader, a 35k leader, a 40k leader. I doubt you would have like 3 to 4 of this dude on the field, but two seems manageable. Like you only need one on the field, but two. Your leader's is a 30k at all times, offensively and defensively. This card is mad good. And then with the added protection, it can't be destroyed by your opponent's skills. Like, that means you can't get rid of Beerus, the Fierce 5-drop. You can't get rid of it with Brawly. Well, you can attack into it with Brawly and stuff, but Brawly can't pop it. It's like a solid card. And again, it's Universe 7. So you could actually search this with the Universe 7 extra card if you want. This card is going to be crazy in Universe 7 Goku. It's just a 30k beater on your turn that makes your Goku 25k beater just with having one. Or you could have two. Like, this card is pretty insane. I'm really wondering what will happen when this card comes out. I could see people running 4 of this card. Like, it's just that good with Universe 7 Goku. Tournament Power Goku definitely should run this too. He can't really cheat it out because he has 25k power. And Red, Super Saiyan Red Goku can only cheat out 20k power, if I remember correctly. But still, like, since that leader only has 3 life on an awakened state, you want the body to get bigger. So I can see running 2 to 4 copies of this card. 2 if you just want to see it once. But most likely 3 to 4 copies. Like, this card is solid. I'm not sure if Beerus would want to run this. Beerus doesn't really need to run this, but he can. Starter Goku could run this too. Like, I don't really see the. It's mainly Universe 7 Goku and Tournament Power Goku that would want to run this card. But it seems really strong. This is definitely going to change things up for Red. But on to the next card. We got Zamus Fused. 25k body, 5k power, combo power. Supreme Kai Batara. With the effect when attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1 card. And when KO'd, play this card from your drop in rest mode, and you can't play Zamus Fuse for the turn. So this is just an annoying body. I do like that it has Batara in this trait. That means you can actually search it or add it to your hand with the 1-drop Shin that was revealed. It has the recurring body, so you attack with this, you draw a card, he goes into rest mode. Your opponent will probably want to kill it, but I mean, if they kill it, then they have to kill it again. So it's because it has a 25k body, it is annoying. You don't want to ignore this card, but at the same time, you have to kill it twice. That is pretty rough. Like, red could get around it by just like minusing it. That way it doesn't get its KO effect. And blue could technically just bounce it to your hand. That wouldn't be the worst play. But yeah, yellow and green, they're gonna have issues against this card. Like, you wouldn't really want to golden freeze a stun lock this. Maybe you could Goldo lock it if you really wanted to. It's like the same thing, but this card is pretty solid. It's just annoying. I'm not sure how many blue decks would actually run this. Like, Goku Black could run it. Why not? I guess any blue deck that runs Goku, the 6-drop Goku Black could run this. Like, why not? You draw 25k body. It's solid. I like this card. The only downside is 5k combo, but blue has so many ways to get 10ks from the drop zone because of peel off and Gotenks that it's not really that big a deal. This is nice to have. I could see dudes running 2 copies of this card, maybe 3. Like, its effect is annoying, but it's not really like super amazing. It's kind of like dealing with Botamo and red. It's like, oh, it's just there. It's a pain, but you know, I could see running this card and just being like, hey, I'm poking you, just like Botamo, I'm just poking you, and you just gotta deal with it. You gotta hold it. So this card is pretty solid. You could run like 2 copies. I don't think you'd want to run 4, maybe 3. Like, 25k body is good, but I mean, since it doesn't have any like other effect, and because of the 25k body, you can just run 3 drop vanillas if you really want it. Or there's other 25k bodies with crit and other things like 4-drop. You could do better things, but this card is annoying. I do like its annoying factor. On to the next card. Let's see. We've got, again, I don't know how to pronounce this. Helis. A 25k power body. A 10k combo. God Destruction Universe 2. And with the effect on play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 30k power or more, and it gets native 20k power for the turn. This card is pretty solid. It's like nutty with Fua. So if you run Fua drops down a card by 15k. First you summon this, they make it go down 20k. Summon Fua, go down 50k. It's already native 35k. That'll destroy any 5-drop double striker. Or even the new Gohan double striker. It'll just delete that off the board, why not? Against Goku Black, 6-drop, and Brawly. This card is pretty solid too. It's mainly, I could see this card being ran, but mostly in the Beerus. And I'll be honest, I like the card, but it's just a tech card. You don't need too many copies of this. You could run 2 to 3 copies. I'm leaning more on 2 because you can already deal with 8-drop Brawly if you play your combination right. Summon 4-drop Goku, summon Fua. It's already 3,000. Use Beerus, that's 4,000. Well, yeah, and then you would need another card to get rid of it. This card does make it easier to get rid of Brawly in Beerus, but outside of Beerus, I don't really see a reason to run this card. 25k body is nice. Just smack your opponent, it's solid. 10k combo, always nice to have. But usually people will put down their double strike cards when they're trying to go for game. Or I can see the double strike Vegeta be playing more often. So you can use this to destroy that. Destroy Android Double Striker. Definitely destroy Goku Black. Goku Black's definitely gonna see more play these days in the upcoming set. But yeah, this card's like solid. It has a solid niche. I don't know how many copies you'd want to run. Like I could see 2. A comfortable 2. You could run 3. I wouldn't really want to run 4. I mean, you could run 4. Like 4 wouldn't be bad, but I just prefer like higher body. Like if it was a 30k, it'd be like absurdly strong. But then it'd be a 5k combo. Yeah, and if it was a 5k combo, I would honestly like this card less. So like it has a good balance. But because it's like balanced in such a way, it's also kind of niche. It's like not amazing. But it's alright. Solid card. And Beerus. The other red leaders, I don't really see this card being ran. It's whatever in the other red leaders. On to the next card. Master Roshi. Earthling 5k power. 10k combo 3-drop in yellow. With the trait abilities blocker. Alright. And permanent. If this card is in rust mode, this card gets 20k power. Now I'll be honest, this card is not very good. Like a 3-drop cost card, a 5k power. This dies to red easily. You don't even have to be playing Beerus. You just summon Whisk deleted. Like it's not good. It becomes a 25k body if it blocks something. It's not really that impressive. Like there's other cards that do the same thing and they don't really see play. Like yeah, bulky blocker is kind of nice, but we've already got the Piccolo. Piccolo does the same thing without having a weak body on your turn. And in red, they have Android 17 do the same thing, but that card is not really amazing either. Like blocking for 25k is okay. Like I guess they think, oh, if they attack with their leader, you can block a Roshi, and yeah, they would have to combo to kill it. It's like, all right, like this card's whatever. If you want to run it, you could. I mean, it's a 10k combo, so you could always just use it for fodder. But So far, this card is not really that good. Like, we'll have to see more support that they add. But for now, this is very passable. Like, you don't need this card. I wouldn't run this card at all. This card is whatever. Very cool art, but it's whatever. I also think it's interesting it only says Earthflame just to say Turn of Power or anything else. Like I know it's a yellow card, but if it had Tournament Power or Universe 7 in it, then maybe in the future it could be used with red if they combine colors, and then it would have like more play, but as is, very weak. This is actually like one of the weakest cards they revealed. Even weaker than the super combos. Like, it's not very good, sadly. But moving on to the next card. We got Goku Black Saiyan 30k body 5k combo 4-drop in blue with the effect reading: when attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and place it at the bottom of its owner deck. This card is pretty solid. I could see dudes running 3 to 4 copies of this card. Just replace the current 4-drop Goku Black that people run in the Goku Black decks and just run this. And this card is solid enough that you could just run it outside of Goku Black. Being able to bottom deck 2 costs or less cards, so that gets rid of blockers, get rid of annoying attackers. Bottom decking is pretty strong. This is a solid card. Get rid of annoying 1-drops and maybe get rid of like peel-offs and stuff like that. Why not? Like, this is a solid card. 30k body. It's pretty good. I like it. On to the next one. Got Paragus BR. 20k body, 2 cost, 5k combo. Saiyan. When KO'd, if you have 6 or more energy, add up to 1 Brawly BR from your drop to your hand. Now, when I first saw this card, I thought, oh man, we could add Brawly back to our hand. That's kind of nuts, but when you delve into it, this card is not very strong. It has too many restrictions to make it like not crazy. So first off, it's a 2-drop. 2-drop, it's not bad, but if it was like a 1-drop, it'd be a lot stronger. Or if it had 25k body, it'd definitely be stronger. On top of that, it says when KO'd. So basically, if you KO this card, then its effect goes off. But you could just ignore it. Like, you don't have to kill this card. Again, red could just nuke it off the field if they want with debuffs. You can just ignore it. If you're playing Brawly, you don't really care if you're getting attacked by this. Like, they would have the combo to make it useful. 5k combo, so it's not even like worth running in my opinion. Like, if it was a 10k, at least you could just like have it in the off chance it could possibly work, but it's too weak. On top of that, you need 6 or more energy for its effect to even trigger, so it's like you can't even play this early. You play it, if you could play it early, then you could definitely see more play. But it needs to be KO'd. You need 6 energy. If your Brawly is already KO'd, then, or it just got sent to the drop because you used it with a Gohan or Brawly or even Android 18 2-drop, like, you still gotta wait like a turn to get the card back, and if they see this card, this is not gonna attack it. They don't want to give you the Brawly. Just ignore it. It's worth ignoring. I mean, against things that aren't Brawly, it's definitely annoying because you just keep getting poked over and over. So in that sense, it's not the worst, but once you're at like 8 energy and more, you don't really want to just swarm with like these little dudes. I mean, you could, but if you're playing against a Brawly, this card doesn't really do anything. And Brawly is like very popular. Against the new Fuse Amos leader, this card will also do nothing. They could just bottom deck it. Again, this is a 2-drop, so it could get bottom decked by the new Goku Black. I want to like this card, but it's like an easy pass. You could definitely run it just to be annoying, but I don't like it. Like, green, this is not something that green needs. It doesn't really work with their game plan. It's too slow. It's whatever. Easy pass. On to the next card. You got 3-drop, 20k body, 5k combo, Vegeta, Saiyan trait. Permanent, your opponent's turn. All your rest mode battle cards can't be KO'd by your opponent's skills. And on play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Then play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 1 or less from your hand. So this card, I don't know how I feel about this card. It's pretty solid. Like, I do like its first effect, pretty much making it so that you can't get board wiped by 7-drop Gohan. Doesn't randomly delete your stuff with Brawly. I mean, Brawly just starts like 1 card, but whatever. Android 16, Double Strike won't just delete your dudes. So it has like a decent protection effect. Is it strong enough to want to run this card? If we have like a very heavy board wipe meta, I can see this card being played. Like, it's like, oh, green's so popular, let's play board swarm, and then counter the board swarm, people are doing board wipes, and to counter the board wipes, you run this card. I can definitely see that happen. Like, you could probably play this in Frieza. You don't want to get board wiped. You don't want to get board wiped with that. The Beerus 5-drop can board wipe. Though Red could just like delete this off the board, but at least they had to handle it. The downside is your cards have to be in rest mode though, so if you have multiple cards in rest mode, they could just like get deleted anyway. Like, this card I could see play, I believe, in like Ginyu Leader, Ginyu Force. But I mean, the downside is it's not a Ginyu Force card, so maybe you would not want it there. Ginyu Leader already has a ton of problems. This doesn't really remedy it. It's just kind of like a band-aid to a problem that doesn't fix the main issue. I wish this card had 25k body too. A 20k body for 3 cost. I mean, it is a self-awakener, which is pretty nice, but Yellow already has plenty of self-awakeners that cost 2, and now Bulma that costs 1. Like, This is definitely a tech card. You could run like 2, maybe 3 copies of this if you really want it. It's like, oh well, I'm afraid of a board wipe. Just put this in there. Like, it's all right. Art is kind of nice, but it's all right. On to the next card, we have Vegito. 25k body, 3 cost, 5k combo. Same Patara with the effects. Permanent your turn. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, you reduce the cost of battle cards in your opponent's battle area by 1. And on play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 1 or less and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. This card is pretty phenomenal. I think this card is really, really good. Off rip, 25k body. That's really good. Just like I just mentioned Vegeta. If Vegeta had 25k body, it would definitely be like way better. But like for the same stat line, same cost, it just gets 5k more power. And I think this effect is like more versatile than this effect. Like, this is like a pretty good card. It fits Blue's game plan. You basically can bottom deck 2 drop cards with this card. Like, you summon this, you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand. Suddenly, all their 2 drops are 1 drops. So now, you can just bottom deck their 2 drops. And the thing is, if you have multiple of this on the field, I'm guessing that it can stack. So if you have 2 of this on the field, now you can start bottom decking 3 drops. You have 3 of this on the field, you can start bottom decking 4 drops. Now, I think it's unlikely you would have like 3 of this dude on the field, but even 1 extra, like 1 of these dudes on the field, makes your other cards so much stronger. Your cards that say bottom deck 4 drop, like the double strike Vegeta, suddenly you can bottom deck 5 drops. Like, that's pretty solid. Like, this card makes the Vegeta double strike so much better. This lets you bounce some 3 drops, for some 4 drops. Like, there's a Trunks that lets you bounce 3 drops. Now you can bounce 4 drops. And there's the Trunks that can bounce 5 drops. Now you can bounce 6 drops. Though I don't know how many 6 drops you'd actually want to bounce, but at least you have the option. Not only that, you can use Final Flash on more targets. That's always nice. You can use so many more battle cards, like the where is it, this Goku Black. Now this Goku Black can bottom deck 3 drops, and if you had 2 of them on the field, you could bottom deck 4 drops. Like, this card is, oh, sorry, a little too fast on that one. But this card is pretty nuts. Like, I could definitely see Blue decks running 4 copies of this. Like, 3-4 copies. Like, this is a solid card. This is really good. It fits Blue's game plan. Makes Final Flash way better. Makes the double strike Vegeta way better. Like, it just makes everything so much better. Like, this is a really good card. I like it a lot. I'm glad this is added to Blue. Blue needed this. On to the next card, which I accidentally revealed, but here it is, the 8 cost green 405k body cell android trait 0 combo with the effect on play. Place 3 cards from your energy in your drop. Choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and KO them. Then add the top card of your deck to your life. This card is kind of insane. So 8 costs, 405k body. We've already seen the stat line with Brawley. But the difference between this and Brawley can attack twice. Cell can attack once. But Brawley destroys 1 card. Oh, this destroys 2 cards. Brawley draws 1 life. Well, he draws 1 card from your deck. And this card adds the top card from your deck to your life. So this card is a heal. A heal that destroys 2 cards. Now, looking at this, it's so exciting. It's very interesting. It's different. I could see this card being ran with the new Cell Leader. Mostly with the new Cell Leader, because Cell, once you go to like 5 energy, you can ramp once for free. And when you're at 8 energy, it's like, hey, well, go down to 5, your turn, ramp for free, and then you're back at 6 energy. So you just gotta wait like a turn or 2. Maybe you could ramp with a Celicu or a Vegeta, or I don't know. Like, this card is pretty interesting. Like it's so easy to think about how to use this card with the new Cell Leader. But the problem is, I do like it, but how would it fit in other green decks? Like, I don't think I would want to run this with the Brawley Leader. Like, deramping 5, well, deramping 3 to 5 in Brawley is not very good. Like, yeah, if you have a Celicu on the field, the 5-drop Son Goku, you go from like 5 to 6 automatically. But I'm guessing that's how it works. I'm sure you go to 5 to 6. I doubt you would go from like 8 to 5 to 8. I'm sure it just gives you 1 card. So you'll go down to 5 up to 6 off the Celicu. I mean, if you have like 2 Celicus on the field, then sure, it's not that big a deal, but you don't often get to run 2 Celicus, and with so much green run around, dudes just delete the Celicus. They just, like, against Gohan, you have to delete Celicu. Androids don't necessarily need to run Celicu. They definitely can if they don't use the Dr. Jiro's lab. But yeah, like, I don't think Gohan. I mean, Gohan could maybe use this card. Like, if you play Gohan, you could. You're already going to run Celicu and Gohan. So you have Celicu on the field. You use this. You deramp to 5, but then you go up to 6 since you have Celicu on the field. On your turn, you could ramp to 7. And then you could just summon the 7 drop Gohan if you really wanted, and it's like board wipe 2. Like, this card actually works better with 7 drop Gohan than with Brawly. Like, if you're running Brawly and this, you'd probably be running like 2 A-Cost Brawly. Maybe 3, but like, this card just has anti-synergy with the other Brawly. Now, there are ways to remedy it. Like, let's look at this card. We've got Trunks Future from the other week's reveal. If you have 5 or more energy, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to your energy in rest mode. So this would definitely see play in a Cell deck. Like, you D-ramp from A to 5. You either have Cellku or you use Cell's effect to go to 6. Summon this, you go to 7. You can summon another one if you really wanted to. You go to 8. Like, this card, when I first saw it, I didn't think it was that good, but I definitely thought it would have some synergy with the Cell deck, and it definitely does. Like, this card is like really good with Cell. Like, if your game plan is to play this Cell, you definitely want to play this Trunks. Like, and it's a 30k body if they destroy a 5 cost or more card. Like, this card has value with Cell. It's a Saiyan, so you can search it with the 1 drop Gohan. Again, like, I don't know where you would run this card though. Like, I'm thinking if I would want to run it with Android 17. The thing is, if I run it with Android 17, I don't think you run Jiro's Lab. I mean, you could run Jiro's Lab. It wouldn't be that bad, but then you would have to, like, I don't know. It's just so difficult. Like, you run it with Gohan. I don't think Brawly would want to run this. With Cell, you could definitely run it. And with Android 17, if you run Jiro's Lab, you could like play around with this card. It definitely isn't bad. Yeah, you could definitely run this card with Android 17. You just have to play. You would have to build differently. Like, it has Android in its trait, so if it goes away, you could at least use it to ramp with Jiro's Lab. And the card that was revealed before too, the Cell Juniors, they also have Android trait. Android trait 10Ks. Like, this card is like really nutty. Like, you summon it. Well, you have the 8 drop Cell. You could summon this for free, and then add 1 extra card from your drop to your hand. So you can add your Gigantic Meteors or your Instant Kamehamehas, and you can survive like 1 to 2 more turns. With this card's a 10k body, 10k combo, so you could use it defensively or you could just use it offensively. Like, but it's so much deck space. Like, if you're playing this, how many copies are you running? Like if you run 1, then you're probably not playing the Cell Juniors. I mean, you could probably play Cell Juniors without Cell, but why would you only run 1 of this? Like, you definitely want like 2 at least. 2, maybe 3 4 seemed like a bit much, but I mean, with cell leader, you could definitely run like 4. But this is when we had the Brawly 8 drop, and then we have this. It's like what the value is like different. Destroy 2 cards, pretty good. Like imagine summoning this, you destroy your opponent's Selku, and you destroy their Brawly. Like this is really good. Like, or maybe they had 2 Selkus on the field for some reason. Again, just destroy them both. Like, but it only gets 1 attack. But 145k swing is pretty solid. Like, and if you have the Cell Junior, you just use the effect, get something back. Say you get instant Kamehameha back. Just swing, and that's a 60k power swing. Or you can just get Gigantic Meteor back. It's just so much damage. Like, this card is nuts. Like, this card is what makes the cell more worthwhile. But if you're running this and this, it's like, how many deck slots is this taking up? Like, that's like the issue. If you're running this, how many Brawly do you run? Like, are you still gonna run like 3? Are you gonna run 4 Brawly? No, you're probably gonna run like 3 to 2. Then it's like, how many copies of this do you run? 2 to 3? But if you run like that, then you would want to run this. But then it's like, how many Cell Juniors are you running? Are you going to run 4 Cell Juniors? You probably don't need 4 Cell Juniors, but 2 seems like too little, especially since you can't recycle these dudes. Like 3 seems like a sweet spot, but then like again, you can summon this without the 8 drops Cell on the field, but it's so much better if you have it. Like, I like this card. I definitely feel like it's strong with the new Cell leader, but with the other green leaders, it's very like, it feels more challenging to like fit in. Like with Android 17, I could definitely see this being play. Maybe you could run this instead of Brawly, and then just work around with the Cell Juniors. And then if you really wanted, you could run Trunks. You probably don't need Trunks in Android 17, but it's not really like a bad thing, depending on how you build. But if you use Dr. Dro's lab, it would be interesting, since the Cell Juniors can be used with Dro's lab for ramp. But if you go the other route with the 3-drop ramp card, like you just forgo Dro's lab, use that route, and then use like more of a Saiyan package, then this card definitely could be stronger. Like, if you use the Saiyan package, you could use Turles, Selku, then you could just run this. I haven't really played that version of 17, but I've seen it ran. It's not bad. It's like, allows you to have versatility, and we'll just have to wait and see. Like, this card, I'm very excited for this card. Like, as crazy as this card is, this is interesting. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing what dudes do with this card. Like, I don't really, I mean, I think I'd rather look at this card than like Brawley. At least with Brawley, like Brawley's 2 swings, like that's such a pain to deal with, and they get a draw. But this is destroy 2 and heal. Like healing is like really annoying against green since they're just so strong. But like, we'll just have to wait and see. This card is definitely fantastic, but it's like either this or 8-cost Brawl, and 8-cost Brawl is definitely more versatile. It's 2 swings with draw and destroy 1. Like destroy 2 on board is nice, but I don't know. Like this card, it's definitely going to see play, but it's like how much play will it see? How much value do you get out of this card? What to sell juniors, you definitely are going to get value. Get your gigantic meteors back, get your instant command mails back. You could even run the brother-sister combination. Brother-sister combination would not be bad. It's a 20k defensive card, so you could use that to safely ramp. You could use that with Dr. Joe's Lab since it does have Android in its trait. We'll just have to see. Like at this point, we definitely have to see all the new cards we'll get. Like this card definitely got way stronger because of the cell. So we'll just have to see what happens. Like I could definitely see dudes just playing this card with early. Like you summon this, and it's like, hey, they got rid of Brawley. I mean, they got rid of Cell. All right, so they got rid of Cell, and now this dude's a 30k body, and if you have 2 of them, you just have 2 30k swings that your opponent has to deal with. Like it's pretty. This card got a lot more value. But I guess that's all for now. Thanks for watching, y'all. Really appreciate it. Super excited. Also kind of wary about the upcoming cards. It's just nice to see new product, like, and this week's reveals are crazy, man. Like, but yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. Really appreciate it. I'm sure you guys have your own thoughts about these cards, so if you do, please leave a comment. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me what you think of the video. Tell me what you think of the channel. Anything would be nice. Please, if possible, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time. Take care.